All right, the thing stopped.
Is that how this rolls?
Yeah.
The thing stopped, so the thing can go.
Comes
Thing,
back-
thing, thing, the
comes
thing, the
back
thing,
on,
thing.
I'll piss it deposit if it comes back on.
You'll piss a deposit.
I'll piss it there.
Episode. Welcome to. Oh yeah, I gotta say something, right?
Yeah.
Back at it again.
Hey.
Like we never left.
Ho.
Coke and Dank.
Oh.
Dank and Coke.
Arrah.
It's the Lethal Weapons.
Hey, Dank.
Hey, Coke.
Why don't ghosts like going to prom?
This can't be good.
They have no body to dance with.
I was correct. It was not good.
I got a couple others, but I don't want to say them now.
I think you need to at this point.
If quizzes are quizzical, what are tests?
What are tests?
Testicles. Right, quizzical, testicle.
That was better
Yeah.
until you told me testicle, quizzical. I understand what testicle means.
Or which school teaches you about greetings?
Which school teaches me about greetings?
High school.
All right, that's cute. That's cute. You're a half for 3.
I went with the ghost one because let me
explain yourself.
I have to explain myself.
Do you?
Because that was my least favorite of the 3.
And that was probably the strongest.
Well, it's the strongest because it's about ghosts, and what we're covering today happens to deal with death. And so
that's your
on and so
segue?
forth. Yeah, that is, man. I'm sorry.
You could have segued to high school to talk about what we're talking about in high school.
I know, and that's what I should have gone with. That's what I
What
originally.
was the second one? What was the punchline of that one?
The testicle one.
You could have talked about testicles, because definitely in high school we had testicles.
Nah, that was the first one.
You needed one with blue balls.
That was my favorite. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, because if anything.
Yeah, or interracial love.
No, that's not allowed. What year?
No, really, we're in 2019. We got interracial love.
I mean,
that was 2 years ago.
They're drawn with the same paintbrush. Is that really interracial?
Okay, you're coming out with the.
Yeah,
okay.
I went
with the next level question.
I did.
Yeah.
I went 2-dimensional.
You gotta be that guy.
I went 2-dimensional on it.
Don't be that guy.
Well, don't be the guy.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be the guy still putting a cap on interracial love.
Don't be that guy.
That's you.
Don't be that guy.
You're capping interracial love.
Anyways,
now you want to interrace?
Yeah, we're doing a new thing today.
Now you want to interrace?
You know, we started this podcast because we want to talk about comics, mostly, right? Mostly.
Is that the reason?
Yeah. No, because of our love for comic books.
I just want to get out of my house. It's not a good place back there.
I wanted to get away from the ball and chain.
The interracial. The interracial chain and ball.
Well, we love
what we love.
Comic books. We love comic books, and I want to talk about them.
Yeah, we talk.
So we've done over a dozen episodes, and we have.
Look at us! High five.
We haven't. You just high fived yourself.
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna come in.
You did it again.
And then again, you're breaking kayfabe. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes. That was a real one. See how shitty it was? Yeah. Never dealt my.
I went like 70%. You gotta come. No, you didn't even move.
I'm stationary.
Yeah.
You hit it.
No.
Make the sound. See, that's why I trust myself.
Stop clapping.
All right.
And we never really have talked about a specific comic yet. So today we're doing something a little different. A new series, if you will.
Really?
Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's a new series, but not if you will. This is what we're giving you the series.
No, a new series of episodes from ours called Arc Analysis, where we break down a certain arc of any comic we want, really.
It's not because we're from Arkham Asylum?
Arkham Asylum. No, and today we're touching on one of our favorites.
My favorites.
One of
one
of our favorites.
Dank favorites. This is Dank's selection.
You just stole it from me.
That's what I was waiting for.
Stole it.
Yes, this is something that was blessed to me by a friend who happens to be my co-host on Coke and Dank Show.
How long ago? Like I gave it to you, and then you didn't read it for
at least 3 years. It's you since you've given it to me. It took a solid year for me before I took it off my shelf to read it, and good lord, when I did.
I gave it to you. We're going to a show or something. Cause I was like, here, I got this for you. Happy birthday. Was it birthday?
No, you just.
I just gave it to you. I was like, here, take this. And then I never asked about it. I was like, here, take this, and that was it. And then
being a decent guy.
And then fucking 23 months later,
I read it.
Yeah, starting with Deadly Class, written by Rick Remender, drawn by Wes Craig. Get that right? Yes. And Lee Lou Ridge does the. We're talking about Reagan Youth. Is the arc. So it's the first arc of the story. Issues 1 to 6, collected nicely in the graphic novel, which is worth a buy if you like violence
and
high school,
coming of age, yeah,
and assassins,
and to get out of a concrete nut house,
yeah.
That's
it's
literally ripped from the pages. Yeah,
Rick, yeah, he's a good writer.
Yeah. And that's
it's a high school. That's it.
That was good.
We're done.
Let's wrap it up.
That's it. 5.5 minutes. We are finished. So
this is a good series.
That was arc analysis.
I think we can knock out a few of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
5 minutes.
But this is all. Yeah. If we could. Yeah. We could probably do a couple.
I think
5.5 minutes.
I think we have time to do a few more of these.
But yeah. So this is arc analysis. This is Deadly Class. It's a high school for assassins.
Series 1.
Series 1. Yeah.
Volume 1.
Volume 1. Reagan Youth. It's a high school for assassins.
It is.
The premise.
I just want to say volume 1 of 7 at this point because they're about to release the 7 one. You can pre-order already. I may be on a list for that because I keep buying these nice, very.
Yeah, you've actually gotten further than me now.
Yeah, that's how much I fucking love this.
I think I stopped around issue 21.
I love the volumes because they're color coded and then the artwork on the front. Do you want to start with the artwork before we get into the story?
Yeah, go ahead. Take it away.
It is very, I don't want to say polarizing, but it's drastic.
You didn't like it at first, right? Or
no.
Okay.
But
I thought you were saying that. The faces are kind of goofy, right?
It's weird at first glance because you're not sure what you're looking at because it's very minimal. A lot of attention is really paid to setting the tone of the surroundings, so you'll get a lot of. And not even like it's a detailed surrounding. It's just the scope of it is very important. Like they want you to know that you're in a hallway in this particular school, and this school has this set of hallway, this type of tile, this type of door, and these characters are placed in this. So the blocking is very important in this, and that struck me. And there's a lot of detail paid attention to, not necessarily the face, but the emotion in it.
Yeah, right.
So, eye shots and fucking mouth shots are very
detailed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they spend their meat and potatoes. And when you start reading on why they're making these faces, it fucking works. And a lot of silhouette too, which I definitely appreciate.
Yeah, a lot of sharpness in the faces, a lot of
bleeding pages. So it's not traditional in the fact that it's like panel.
Oh, the panels are all crazy.
Like framing, like it breaks, and it definitely aids to the momentum of the comic. There's literally always a chase or something where the pace has to increase and push forward, and they're either jumping off a roof or in the middle of the streets, and the way that they break down the panels leads and helps to that, so that's appreciated. And the fact that it's, I want to say, like monochromatic from page to page until like it breaks into something different. Like I'm flipping through the pages as we're talking about it. It's almost like a rainbow.
Yeah.
Because each page has its own.
There's a couple pages of red, and then more.
There's an indigo section to it, and it completely helps shape the whole narrative and the emotion of what you're reading on that page. So, I feel the artwork at first glance may be jarring, but stick with it, especially in this first one, because once they hit Las Vegas,
oh man, it's so good.
They break all their own rules.
Yeah, it looks so good. Yeah, so like we said at the beginning, there's 6 issues in this arc. So we'll break them down one at a time. There will be spoilers. We can't control that. It's we get excited, we talk about it, and we say whatever we want. It's our podcast, so fuck you.
Also, keep in mind we haven't watched all of the TV series, so we're not sure how much travels or translates Okay, and we didn't even announce that
Yeah.
this is a comic book that is now available on TV.
Yeah, the first season's complete. First and only season right now is complete.
You've watched 2 episodes.
I've
one
watched
episode.
two. Yeah.
It seems faithful
Yeah.
based
Yeah.
on one episode, though, right?
Yeah.
So if you're interested in watching the TV show, maybe watch the TV show first, and then check this out.
Well,
Or
we'll get back to the TV show after.
at some point we
but
will.
yeah.
We don't know where the crossover lies at this point. So if you're upset, fucking do your own due diligence and read and watch shit before you listen to things that say spoilers.
I would read. It is from the first 2 episodes. They actually take like at the beginning, Marcus's monologue at the beginning.
Right.
They take lines directly from it.
Yeah,
It's not the whole thing, but they'll take this one right here.
Right.
With each one, the easier thing I've done, something deserve this. Maybe they're right, and then, that's he actually says that directly in the
It's
in
the best
show.
so far. It's the best version of plagiarizing. But again,
Well,
if you're trying not to spoil yourself from the TV show and the comic book, just fucking read and
What-
watch it
And
before you.
what
listen
helps
to all this
is
shit.
what helps is Rick Remender actually co-writes the TV show. So not only did he write the book, but he wouldn't let the show. As far as I understand, he wouldn't let the show happen without him
Which
involved.
makes sense
which
because
is great because that's his baby, right?
the amount of detail that he's put into each individual character that you end up either loving or hating or fucking empathizing with or fucking just so shocked at why they fucking made the choice that they made shows. It
Yeah.
shows that someone understands this person came from this life and now they're in this situation. They're reacting this way, and so on and so forth.
And how many times have you seen something from a book or a comic or anything, video game even, and taken and translated to a movie or a TV show, and it's just butchered? Like, so
More times than the opposite.
exactly. So this one is we've watched, like I said, 1 or 2 episodes,
Right.
and it's quite faithful. It's not exact, but it's close enough that if you read the book and love it, you're probably gonna enjoy the show.
And there's a chance this could be exactly like Sin City, which was a shot for shot ripoff,
yeah.
which was amazing.
And it's
So
great,
I
yeah.
enjoyed the book and I enjoyed the movie. But if that's what's going to happen here, again, we said spoils. How many fucking times you want us to say it?
Yeah.
I'm upset because we haven't even got to talk about the book
No,
yet.
so let's get into issue 1 because we've been yapping for 11 minutes now. So let's get into
Woohoo!
issue 1.
Reading straight from the book.
And we're introduced to. Oh, you are, yeah. We're introduced to Marcus.
Who is
Marcus Lopez.
a Guatemalan,
Nicaraguan.
Nic-
Nicaragua.
Mexican. Don't laugh too hard at that joke. We have Mexican followers.
I'm not laughing. You're laughing.
Clearly, that's my laugh. So yeah, we follow a runaway who's trapped on the street, and it's again a day to day of his life.
Yeah, and it shows him. It's a lot of monologue, like interior dialogue,
And him writing in his journal, which
Yeah,
turns
so
out to be a very pivotal plot device.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he talks to himself a lot in this, which is good because it really shows him how, I don't want to say messed up, but he's very in his own feelings. He's
Yep.
very in his own head, just like you are. Like as an adolescent, you have a lot of weird feelings. And
We're all
opinions.
talking to ourselves. Maybe
Yeah.
not as crazy as Coke is right now.
No,
But-
I'm insane. So
For a reader of a comic book, you want to get inside a person's head as much as possible, and this is kind of the only medium where you can actually get to follow inside their head. So it's the mid '80s, which also
87, yeah, I didn't say 87.
Also, I don't know if you said that already.
I don't know if I did.
Sets the tone for the TV show. I shouldn't reference the TV show. It sets the tone for the comic book because the style and what's happening in it. There's a lot of little references about music that's being played. There's a John Hughes reference that we'll talk about in a graveyard that made me laugh hilariously.
Oh, you love that, yeah?
I do because I'm a John Hughes fan, so
Yeah.
I get where he was talking about. There's kind of two sides to the John Hughes argument, but the fact that these are kids coming out of the '80s resonates for me, and I hope for you as well because we are also '80s kids.
They're older than us at 87, but still.
Fair enough, but you understand some of the reference and you kind of get the feel of what was going on at this time, and the fact that there's not technology taking over everything in each panel.
It's nice.
In a high school is super refreshing.
It's nice, but it opens with him. He's in the street. Marcus is living on the street.
Just replaying the day to day of what he would do, and then
Talking shit about guys walking by.
and then essentially seeing how he ended up in the street, which is a very drastic and kind of
It's very Rick Remender. It's
super graphic. Like it takes you about like 3 or 4 pages before you kind of start seeing blood.
so Marcus has beef with Ronald Reagan, and not like
Who was the president at the time?
who he's never met, but Reagan's the president at the time. He's got beef with him because he cut funding for
a program for mental health.
Yeah, mental health programs. So a lot of mentally ill people were released back into the public.
Into the wild, into society, not really ready to handle the scope of what society means.
Right, and essentially his parents are murdered by or killed by a suicidal schizophrenic who jumps off a building
bridge.
or a bridge. And in the book it's a bridge. In the show it's a building, but in the book it's a bridge and lands on his parents. I laugh because it's
so fucking
lands and kills his parents, which is pretty
super
fucked up.
But again, that's the
Welcome
level,
to Deadly Class.
Yeah,
like,
that's the level of fucked up you're gonna deal with. If he can in fucking 4 pages just murder off parents, and in the way that he murdered off, it's not the Batman of like he was trying to stop crime and a criminal. It's a paranoid
wrong
schizophrenic
place, wrong time. Yeah.
dropped off a fucking, and he's holding a red balloon, and the red balloon goes off.
Yeah,
And that image of the balloon is mirrored to another panel of just fucking blood-soaked street.
Yeah.
Again, we love this comic.
We love it, but we're twisted.
We will get there.
Yeah. But so he's on the street and he's just kind of reflecting. He almost like some guy tries to rob his shoes.
So it kind of flashes through like days. It goes from like March 7th to like April 22nd, where he's just going day to day. And on this day, a homeless guy who he encounters tries to take his shoes.
Yeah.
And then his backpack, and he flips out and he's about to fuck up this old man. Till he barters with him, he's like, "Fuck it, take your shoes.
Just take it. You're
give me the backpack."
You're pretty pathetic. Yeah, give me back the backpack because his diary or his journal's still in there.
You can say diary. Yeah.
So he has to keep that.
And again, the internal monologue is like, "How fucked up am I? Like, I would rather have a fucking diary than my shoes."
Yeah.
He's constantly questioning where he is in his life, to the point that in a couple pages later, he really is. It seems like he's about to just end it all and walk off a bridge.
Yeah, he contemplates suicide, but you kind of get a sense that he's a little messed up, but he's a good kid underneath it all.
He's definitely fighting demons, and there's a duality that he's dealing with internally that we're getting to see played out. It isn't until a random occurrence on
the Day of the Dead, right?
Day of the Dead,
De
la Muerta, where he's walking through the streets and he has a chance occurrence with some cool kids.
Well, they one kid walks by him and goes, you know, run. He's like, it's Sting, get out of here. And Marcus is like, what? What the hell? What?
So not even aware of his surroundings.
Sting,
This is a giant parade and everyone's dressed up, enjoying the festivals, but
you
him in his own world doesn't realize, like, oh, yo, you've been in danger this whole time.
Yeah, and now you learn that there's cops after him. You don't know why, but there's cops chasing him, and in this big festival on the street,
right?
He's getting some assists from other random teenagers
who turned out. I guess we can start giving away names and stuff. So Willie is the first one that he kind of encounters. He sees Maria, but he
sees Maria. Yeah.
He's not aware. He's really not taking scope of who these people are going to be. Willie is the first one to kind of talk and reach out to him and be like, "Hey, run! It's a Sting. Get out of here!" And while he's trying to figure that out, then the cop kind of clicks in and is like, "Oh no, we got to get him now."
Yeah.
And the first kind of chase begins in this whole story. Cops start kind of pushing
other people
through the crowd and trying to get at him as other
kids kind of they kind of come out of the woodwork and like they'll throw interference here and there.
Start throwing their little things. So Maria kind of pops in and blows some I guess dust or smoke or something to fuck them up. Decked out in her Day of the Dead makeup and her katanas, fans, and distracts the cops, and he's still running. And then you get the first instance of Preston and his Kendall in his definitely 80s inspired outfit.
Yeah,
if there's one person that fits into this narrative of the 80s, it's Kendall.
Yeah.
He's in the arcade. Cops are running by. First, Marcus runs by, and then the cops are running. He opens the door to smack him in the face. Marcus is obviously freaking out now. He doesn't know what's going on, but he knows something's up. Runs down some stairs, and there it is.
Some sweet chica.
There's the money
rolls
shot.
Rolls up on a motorcycle, like, get on.
Which, funny enough, was part of the promotion material for the trailer of the TV show.
Yeah.
I know we're not trying to reference the TV show a lot, but again...
It's similar. It's especially this
from
part.
What we've seen, and again, it's not a bad thing that the TV show is so inspired by the comic book, because the comic book is so
great.
Good.
It's
and from there, it's just a fever chase. Like, Marcus jumps on the motorcycle with Saya, and they're on it. They're both trying to get away
her
from
name's
the
Saya.
cop.
The chick on the motorcycle, Saya.
They're just trying to get away. And again, the whole comic kind of shifts, and the panels were straight on, and this was like a day-to-day,
yeah, you're right,
left to right, and then everything kind of skews, and you see the speed and the pop color, like you get a day and night type of feel. Statboy was hopefully throw up some panels there so you can see what's going on. But again, it's a fevered type of chase where Marcus can see that he's definitely signed up for some. He doesn't know what he signed up for, and everyone that's around him helping him is definitely way more skilled,
able
to handle what's going on than he ever thought could be. Because Saya's jumping off motorcycles through cars.
Yeah, it's a little wild there.
Dummying cops. It's amazing, especially if these are the first type of pages, and he's still trying to make come to grips of like what the fuck, like someone just told me to run. Yeah, and that's all I did, and now I'm on a motorcycle.
She ends up killing one of the cops, and she ends up killing one of the cops. It's like whoa.
It turns ugly.
Okay, this is crazy.
He gets a black.
He gets black bagged, and they eventually bring him over to some other place, and he meets this guy called Mr. Lin. Mr. Lin.
Yep.
And he just tells them about this school he's running, and he wants Marcus to be involved.
Right. Which is on the back of a Chinese restaurant, dry cleaner.
Yeah, they go to some Chinese restaurant. Yeah, so after some humming and hawing, he ends up in
these deep catacombs. They go down like these fucking running stairs. Yeah. Like you could tell this place has been around for a while.
Yeah.
Because the amount of construction that would take to erect and maintain this place is like, we were here before cities were.
The first time I read it, I thought this was underground, but it's not necessarily underground. It's just very
tucked away.
It's very tucked away. It's almost like you have to go underground to get there, but when you come out the other side, and and it's there, right?
Kind of like the center of. Did you ever see Aquaman?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, there's a moment. Oh, spoilers for Aquaman. Let's just ruin everything that you love, people. There's a moment where he has to go deeper into the ocean to get into a pocket of the Earth, the center of the Earth, where it's like a utopia. Okay. But you have to go down and under to get.
Similar idea.
Yeah,
similar idea, except without water.
Well.
So then, okay.
and that's the
issue, right? So it's a real cool issue because it covers Marcus's backstory, it covers a lot of action, and then it sets up the school, right?
It shows up the world, and it kind of introduces you to the players that he's going to be playing with.
And that's what the second issue is all about. They intro to the school, the workings of it, the different gangs, right? It's very clicky.
It's very systematic. It's very
it's like prison.
It understands
it's
school,
like
prison, and the hierarchy structure of like there's rules to this. There's rules for everything, and being a teenager, this is the best age where you get to break the rules. So constantly you're seeing Marcus and his friends question whether or not this is a rule worth paying attention to or doing the fun thing, which is breaking it.
Right, and we introduced you to a couple other characters. There's Victor, the big Russian.
Correct.
Big Russian meathead.
Shabnam?
Yeah. Shabnam's a short, pudgy, geeky kid that doesn't seem to have many friends, but he's rooming with Marcus, right? That's who he gets his... That's his roommate, essentially.
Yeah, so it's an academy where you're like, once you're in, you're in. So this is obviously you don't go home after school ends. Like, you're living on campus. This is you're now immersed in this. Did we say that's the school for assassins?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Several times. And then at the beginning of this whole issue, you actually get a flashback of Marcus in his orphanage.
Correct.
And you meet another character there. We don't know his name, but he's jerking off to a dog on TV.
Yeah,
like a poodle, right?
Let's put it into context. He's jerking off to the Westminster...
yeah.
the dog show, okay?
This
is the premiere of dog things to jerk off to.
Yeah.
These are the top shelf dogs. But again, he's giving Marcus grief for... he calls him a fag. So there's choice language as well as...
while he's rubbing his dick to
while he's jerking
a poodle
off to a poodle while Marcus is in bed.
Again,
constructing something. That payoff doesn't happen for a while, but again, this book is always
welcome to Dungeon Class.
Yeah, keeping you on the toes to what's happening next and bouncing you around from not so much flashbacks with other characters until later issues, but for the first issue, it's all about Marcus's how he got past to how we got to this point.
And now this issue is kind of fleshing out the people around him now that he's in the school, right? So there's different gangs.
So we signed up. Basically, Master Lin said, hey, man, you can live the life as a homeless dude, or we can train you to be the fucking kill-ass assassin. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And, not a hard choice.
No. So the school's got different gangs. There's the Preps, which Kendall is a part of. The Dixie Mob, which is basically
Southern
bunch of
racists.
rednecks. Yeah.
Yep.
The Sato Vatos.
That's Maria's clique.
Maria's clique. Also, her boyfriend is in charge of that.
Hispanics.
Yeah. Jersey Kings.
Which I think one of them pays off
Later on. Yeah, they're not too prominent at the beginning. The Final World Order, which is Willie's crew.
Right.
The Crookie Syndicate, which are basically kids of the Yakuza, and that's where Saya's in.
So, lucky for Marcus, he got a Captain Planet's choice of one from kind of each.
One from almost each, except for the Jersey Kings and the Dixie Mob, right?
But that pays off.
That pays off later. But
And whatever Victor runs, I guess the Russian mob.
Yeah, but he's not really cool. He's
not cool. He's got a clique.
He's not cool with Marcus. Like, at this point in time, you see him, but you kind of remember he introduces him in the fighting class,
right?
And he kind of throws him under the bus.
Yeah. Well, tell them, don't tell me. I've read it.
Yeah.
You've read it.
But yeah, so this issue pretty much flushes out the surrounding cast and
Correct.
the school, right?
And the classes too. So you're not taking a shop class or gym
you're taking
or science.
Poison class.
You're taking AP Black Arts.
Yeah.
There's some good ones in here. Let me flip through the pages. Poison is another class. I mean, gym is
the martial arts. Yeah,
gym is still there, but it's. And then you're taking showers together.
And then and they're taking showers together. And then in one class, he's given he's given an assignment. Their assignment is to partner up. What's that? First year assassin psychology. Yeah. So there's a lot of classes that are pretty fucking cool. They sound a lot more interesting than finances and.
Yeah, they're teaching you how to kill and how to kill as many different ways as possible. Amazing.
And so he gets partnered up with Willie,
correct?
Right, for an assignment where they have to go find someone deserving to kill and kill them.
Correct.
And then the issue ends with the guy the guy jerking off to the dog at the beginning.
Right.
The cops find him banging a goat in a farm, right?
Yeah.
And so that was the reveal of him, and now he's looking for Marcus.
So right? Already Marcus's past is creeping up with him. How he found him, we don't know, but he's definitely in the airspace.
Here's the thing. So in the first issue, the cops are chasing him. Now this guy with a burnt up face and an animal fetish is looking for him. So he's got people after him, and we don't know why.
Marcus kind of makes a little, I wouldn't say vendetta, although it never really turns into that, kind of standoffs with Victor and Chico at the school, so he's got that type of.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I glossed over that.
So he constantly has run-ins with people, being the new kid. Like, he's definitely getting fucking freshman hazed.
And he's admiral
from all directions.
He's admiral because he doesn't back down.
Yeah,
he's a new kid in the school, and this guy's giving him grief, and he's like, "Fuck, like, what's your problem, man?" Like,
and that's the thing. I don't know if we've stressed it enough. You don't just randomly get to happen onto this academy and get taken in. You have to have some sort of skill set in order to be scouted by Master Lin. And us as the reader at this point, we don't really know, but we know enough that other peers and students are saying, "Hey man, we've heard two things about you. Either that you're fucking batshit crazy and you're a fucking psychopath killer, or you're just a pussy." But nobody's really ready to take that first shot.
Yeah,
kind of feel him out.
Yeah.
So he's the odd man out. That's why his first kind of moment with Willie is refreshing, because they both kind of
they bond.
They get this moment to kind of interracial love.
Interracial love. Yeah,
share their backstories, and those panels are also amazing because it's all done at night, so you get a lot of cool tones, blues, grays, blacks.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is like they're jumping over rooftops and flipping over walls and smoking weed and shit like that.
Yeah.
And the paneling kind of helps that whole fluidity of it.
Yeah.
And slowly kind of pushes each other together. And so there are moments when they're talking about the same thing and they relate, and there are moments when they're on opposite ends of the spectrum of what they're talking about, and they kind of clash. But
they clash, but they don't ever like.
What you would do with a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just learning about them, and you figure out, we can't talk about this anymore because you're fucking too in your feelings about that, but we can't talk about this shit because fucking, like, there's even a moment when they're talking about Marcus is listening to the Smiths.
Music, yeah.
And fucking Willie's like, what kind of fucking depressing weird shit is that? And Marcus is basically like, it's so
brave.
Fucking like, you're brave and honest and real. And it's like, so you kind of get who Marcus is coming out. And then Willie's like, oh yeah man, I like Run DMC and LL Cool J. So they give a nod to the sounds of that era really succinctly with the Smiths and obviously the hip hop booming sound, right?
And so Marcus, because he was homeless before all this, he knows a guy named Rory who used to tell him about another homeless guy who's real bad news.
Right.
So that's the guy they target for their assignment. They hunt him down. Ends up being the guy who was trying to rob Marcus in the last issue, trying to take his. And Marcus is like, "What? This guy is a killer? Like, just whatever." And he takes off.
Right. While he takes off, Willie has the opportunity to shoot him, complete the assignment, and get out of there.
Yeah.
But doesn't. Kind of sweats it out, chokes, and again, the paneling for that is very
intense. Yeah.
Yeah, because you get a nice feel of how quick this homeless man can fucking boot it out of the situation, and how much Willie is so comfortable.
And how long he had
to take the shot. Yeah. Like you don't think you would get that type of, I don't want to say emotion, just
intensity.
It's tense. It's intense, and it's also uncomfortable.
Yep.
Because you're in it with him, like you're expecting him to
take the shot. It's not the dust. It's like, just fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
Just shoot him.
Again, this is definitely a couple you will be talking to, even though it doesn't talk back to you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in it that you definitely it sucks you in so quick.
Yeah, and so that leads to a bit of a
backstory with Willie.
Backstory with Willie is I don't have to get into too much details, but basically he's
not who he says he is.
He's not who he says he is. Yeah. He's known to be some cold killer. It's not quite that clear.
And
so basically he's a pacifist.
Fair enough. And this is the first indication where Marcus kind of realizes that he may have to do things that he
dirty work himself.
He wouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
Necessarily again. So there's a moment where they're all sitting around with the homeless guy and
with Rory. They touch back with Rory.
The bag of
the first homeless dude.
Yeah, can of beans, and Marcus goes to take a pee. And as this homeless man is talking about, like, how he's been through some shit, right?
In Vietnam and burning villages and shit.
Yeah, and just how fucking fucked up you get when you fucking have to burn a village down with a Zippo, right? Like, there's a lot of honesty in these pages. Whether or not I know the writer has been through it or known someone through it, everything kind of comes off true, even though it's in this kind of surreal environment.
Yeah.
There are things that I was like, fuck, yeah, Vietnam fucked up a lot of people.
Yeah.
Not a generation of people. So the fact that they used it.
And because of the storytelling from the homeless Rory, Marcus takes it on himself. He gets kind of flashback of the home that kind of related to what Rory was saying. And he ends up killing him. Like, he bludgeons him in the head.
With a stick and a nail in it. It might just be a stick, but he fucking straight to the head. And again, the pages go from
ordered and Nero to,
and then like the coloring, right? Because it goes from like skin tones and how it is, and then there's like earthy like yellows and oranges, and then it goes like drastic to like feverish reds when he goes to kill. It's something that's not so hard to describe, but seeing it, you'll definitely understand where we're going with it, because they really understand negative space. There's moments after he kills it where it seems like the camera's pulling back to it's just they seem so small in this world now after he's done such a heinous thing. And that's the way that ends this issue.
Takes a bit of a heavy turn, and then it ends like that. It ends in that, and then issue 4 kind of opens up, and it's him you think he's in a cop shop,
getting prosecuted for all the shit that he's been through.
And it kind of
pulls back to show that no, he's not. He's actually being interrogated by Master Lin, who's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? You did not do your assignment.
You did not do your research, because this guy did not deserve to die.
He was an army hero, not an army fucking terror."
Yeah.
And
so they failed him.
Yeah, and Willie and Marcus are trying to stick up for each other and trying to be like, no, we did, like, basically trying to lie their way out of a murder that was unjust.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
No,
and Master Lin throws them in the, what do they call it, the pit?
Yes, basically solitary confinement.
Yeah, it's the stockade.
Saya shows up, breaks Marcus out, and she goes, "We're going to Vegas to kill Billy's dad. So you're coming with us."
And a hard cut to all of them in a Cadillac, I guess? Yeah, flying through the desert.
So you can already see this issue takes a different turn. It's not so serious anymore as the last one. It's a bit more fun and fucking wild because they all.
It's lighthearted. It's definitely a breakfast club in a car.
Yeah.
Because you get everyone from a different setting, and that you get to see how all of them playing.
So all the characters that picked Marcus up in the first issue, they're all in the car together.
So that's Maria, Billy, Willie, Saya, and obviously Marcus. Right?
You're right. Oh no, sorry, not Kendall. No, Kendall's not there. But yeah, the 5 of them.
And they're flooring their way to Vegas, and all of them have their own little motivations on why they're going. But obviously, they all just want to get the fuck out of.
They want to get
the academy.
And Billy wants to kill his dad for whatever reason. So that's that. So when they get to Vegas, they have this. This is where this issue is so fun because
it tells you a lot about who each individual character is, especially how they are in a group setting and their own type of motivations. There's a throwaway line where Marcus and Saya are in the front seat, and you definitely get a feeling that Marcus is totally fucking digging on Saya. That's why he's asking her questions a mile a minute. Meanwhile, there's plotting going on in the back seat, but in the front seat, Saya says, "Yeah, we're going fucking Deadhead. We're gonna go check out the Grateful Dead." And Marcus is like, "Really? Like you like the Grateful Dead?"
Grateful Dead, yeah.
She's like, "No, we're gonna go fucking find their fan base and score a whole bunch of fucking drugs that we can turn around and sell to all of our classmates, right?"
Yeah.
So that completely kind of encapsulates who Saya is. She's about her best interests and how she can capitalize on what she needs to do to get further wherever she is. Meanwhile, in the backseat, Billy and Maria are having a conversation as they're overhearing what's going on in the front seat, and Maria's breaking down the science of what it is,
how males work,
and basically, Billy's is like, "Oh well, looks like Marcus is fucking in love with Saya. He's not wrong." But Maria has seen things completely different. He doesn't even know what he signed up for. He's already in my web.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know how much he's gonna love me.
Yeah.
And so they already set up another dynamic. There's a triangle there. And again, that's high school, right? Like you're always dealing with these different connections and how you operate with this person next to this person. You all just want to hang out together, but sooner or later,
dynamics make things so much more complicated than they need to.
That and hormones. So this is the perfect age for that to happen.
But they get to the Vegas. They get to this trip. They score acid off.
So it's also a great splash page.
Oh yeah,
too.
you're
going through the page. It starts off in day, then it goes to a night, then they're back into the day, and it's an open up page of like just the chaos that would ensue in a fucking festival concert.
Yeah.
With all these hippie heads, and it breaks down how Willie and Marcus are just walking through the crowd. Now closer friends. They're still talking about trying to score some drugs, but also, hey man, remember what happened back there? Maybe we should keep that hush hush.
Yeah, let's just keep it down. So they basically get this crowd, they score acid off some fans.
And take acid.
Yeah, and they take acid, and Marcus, trying to prove himself as
as you would in high school.
As a badass, he takes 5 hits.
Yeah, and everyone looks at him like, what the fuck?
Are you fucking nuts? Yeah.
And he's like, I'm the Acid King, which is a name that just keeps going back.
So this must be such a fun job for Wes Craig when he does this, because it's just like, when his acid trip, he trips hard. So the animation goes just fucking bonkers, right?
Yeah.
And it's so fun to watch because you're trying to figure out because he's talking to inanimate objects are talking to him, and
right. It goes from 1 hour later to 36 minutes later, and he went from on top of the car sitting down to under the car
talking
freaking
about
out,
digital mountains, yeah,
to into fucking the neon lights of Vegas, and his eyes are fucking dilated pupils, and it turns into like a neon spread page of him just freaking out.
Weird fucking faces,
and I think that's all 5 of them too.
That's
right?
awesome. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
It goes completely haywire. So if you've been reading so far, it's very controlled in the coloring that they use and the way that they break down the panels.
But during Marcus's acid trip,
they break all the rules, and it fucking shows, and it's so rewarding for the experience because you're freaking out with him as he freaks out. This is also where Maria makes her move. She
starts to make her move here. Yeah, softens Marcus up a bit.
But you also, meanwhile, you fucking realize that it's not just these 5 that made it into Vegas.
Chico, who is Maria's boyfriend, followed them here.
We're doing finger air quotes to boyfriend because clearly Maria doesn't think that.
She's a free spirit, right? Yes. So not only is he following them, but so is the Scarface goat fucker from
masturbating on a bed with 2 dogs, calling Marcus gay for that.
So they have two stowaways following
They
them.
got two shadows that are definitely
Yeah.
going to be problems sooner rather than later. That's how that
issue ends. So
Yeah.
it sets up for 5, which takes you back to the interrogation room where Marcus is talking to a cop. I think it's a security guard actually. Comes out, but
well, they don't know that, right? The way that the whole
it's framing. It looks like
panels-
they're in a cop shop. Yeah.
His hands are all bloody. He's freaking out. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's trying to replay what just happened. So they're still in Vegas, but the way that the narrative of how they set up this issue is so well done.
It's so well done because you think he's in such trouble, and
They just keep peeling back
Yeah.
to show what he's actually been doing, and then the big reveal of what actually happened.
Yeah.
So Maria, Willie, and Saya all leave the hotel room where Marcus is still there, tripping on acid, flipping through
Just him and Billy.
channels.
Yeah.
Which I love how they did the channels in a cut with the panels.
Yeah.
They show what's going on TV at that time.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's like a Transformer thing too. Like there's some fun Easter eggs there for.
So Marcus is just tripping, and then Billy's like, "Okay, my dad's in the next room over."
Room, right? We're still gonna do what we said we're gonna do, and Marcus not really.
It's like,
I'm
yeah.
with it. Cut two.
It's just cut to. So they end up killing his dad in like a very messy fashion.
Which seems to be Marcus's MO.
Yeah, it's real messy. We don't have to get all into that, but they end up killing his dad, and then they're basically got to figure out how to hide the body while Marcus is still tripping out.
And get out of the fucking hotel room.
Casino, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't do it out in the middle of nowhere. You did it in a casino room. Next to the room that I think you purchased.
And Marcus gets distracted and starts playing this Mr. T slot machine, which is fucking great.
I pity the fool who doesn't play me. Yeah.
And he wins a bunch of money.
Right.
And it turns out that's why he's in the
interrogation. Security is like, what the fuck's wrong with you, kid?
How old are you?
Yeah, he pulls his ID and starts making fun of him. Like, this is the worst
terrible.
ID I've ever seen.
This is a terrible.
It's a photocopy of a real ID, and you just changed the age with a blue pen. How fucking dumb are you? Right? And Marcus is freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, I'll make a deal.
Yeah.
And luckily, the security guard's crooked. He's like, I'll take the money and the card. Get the fuck out of here.
And it turns out the blood in his hands were all hallucinations and yada yada yada. So
yes, Marcus still has not come down off the several.
No, he's still riding high. He's coming down a bit, but he's not sober yet.
He's riding a little higher now because he got away not thinking he's going to jail, and turns the corner back to the hotel room where he encounters that lovely spider.
The sweet Maria.
The Maria who's like, come on in.
Yeah.
We also get the little nugget that Marcus is a virgin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that drops in there.
This should be his first time.
Yeah.
However, one of his shadows has finally caught up to him.
Yeah, Chico jumps in.
And again, another crazy. Again, the panels change. They go tighter. They go smaller. It's very quick scenes of fuck shit is about to happen now.
I love that. I love that.
Chico breaks in. Maria's like, get the fuck out. Maria understands everything that's going on right now. She knows Marcus needs to leave because Chico's gonna fucking kill him, and that's what happens.
Yeah, Chico...
not that anyone dies, but how
it's pretty close.
But just
it's
how the escalation happens, because it goes from Marcus breaking out of let's say the 10th floor.
Yeah, we just say that. Sure.
Hotel room of Vegas, jumping through midair, landing on a palm tree, sliding down a palm tree into the chaos of the Las Vegas city street, while Maria's up in the hotel room
fighting off her boyfriend.
Yeah,
quote unquote boyfriend.
Quote unquote boyfriend. And they're not pulling any punches here. These are all straight punches to the face. Maria's taking it like a champ and giving it like a champ too. Yeah. She gets a couple strikes in on him with her fans.
He ends up dummying her and getting out chasing Marcus. They end up in like a convenience store. And he just goes to work on Marcus.
Yeah, who does hold his own briefly.
He holds his own, but
But then you realize that he's kind of still tripping on acid, so he's definitely not doing what he should be doing.
And Chico's a fucking nut, so you know he's got that crazy aggression in him.
Yeah. So he's enjoying how slowly he's kind of decimating Marcus. So he's slicing him with different things, punching him in the ribs, in the chest, just wants him to hurt. Finally gets him on the ground and starts fucking cracking his skull with his foot.
He just break, and that's the last page is actually a big page that's crack.
Yeah, and everything goes to black.
And then everything goes to black. The next issue opens up and there's cops that come in and put a stop to the one-sided beating.
However, it doesn't last long.
No, because Chico kills them all. He kills fucking 4. Is it 4 cops? 3 cops and a red. Yeah, it's
2 cops and the store clerk. Oh no, 3 cops.
3 cops. Yeah,
correct. But keep in mind, he does go to school to be a killer.
Right.
So
yeah, no.
If there's anyone that can get out of this scene, It's him. And again, the panels are interchanged with these long, kind of rectangular, cinematic
Frames,
shots where like frames where you get to see all the carnage that Chico has kind of laid out in front of him as he's looking for the one kill that's kind of snuck into the night.
Yeah, Marcus fucked off out the back. He goes into an alleyway. So Chico just follows the trail of blood, and this part actually made me laugh a lot because he
opens the dumpster where
he's
he's
so
hiding and he's
vicious.
like,
Yeah,
get the fuck out of the dumpster. What's wrong with you?
It's been so vicious up to this point. Yeah, then he finds him in the dumpster. He's like, "Come on, man,
Get the fuck out.
get out of the dumpster."
Meanwhile, Marcus is hallucinating in the dumpster, thinking that he's in Jamaica drinking Red Stripe beer.
Yeah, with Saya. Yeah.
So I mean, there is humor always laced in it, but it doesn't last long because the fight continues and Chico's now taunting him, throws a gun down. He's like, "Go grab the gun, crawl to the gun, shoot me, end this right now."
It's just embarrassing him. Yeah.
He doesn't. I mean, Marcus doesn't make it in time to grab the gun. He gets clocked again by Chico. It looks like it's going to be the end. And here come his friends running through the street. Billy, Maria, Willie, Saya, trying to plead with Chico, calm him down. Like, hey, man.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
like, fucking relax, man.
I think you're taking it too far. And he shanks Billy. So he's going to keep taking it farther. Then fucking clocks Maria. She's down on the corner, too. And he's still freaking out. He wants blood. He goes to kick Marcus in the face.
Oh, yeah, he beats Marcus a bit more.
Yeah, ready to kill it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And then Willie starts threatening him, saying, if you don't fucking stop, I'll shoot. And he kind of knows Willie's secret, too. He's like, you're all fucking tough.
Yeah, there's rumors that you're actually a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, so
to the point that
shoot
he
me.
holds the revolver that Willie has in his hand to
His forehead.
Chico's forehead and says, shoot. Again, Willie freezes, takes the gun, punches Willie. And it is until the next page where you see who the real G is of this throwdown, and it's Maria.
Yeah.
She goes straight for the jugular and slices him with her fan.
Yeah.
Instantly, you see the remorse, too. Here's where, like, in the beginning, maybe in the early pages or the early issues, you see that the artist was going very minimum with the faces. But in moments like these,
super detailed.
Everything is stressed and fucking fractured, and you
exaggerated.
See this is where they start putting detail in because there's just like 4 shots of just eyes, and you can see it on Maria's eyes how fucking panicked she is of what she did, and how fucking betrayed Chico feels that fucking his girl is the one that's gonna do him in, and then Marcus trying to make there's shots of everyone in in this
the reactions and
of trying to figure out what's going on. Chico's dead.
Chico's cooked, and the scar-faced animal plower
pig fucker.
He pops up and has this whole monologue.
Racial.
Ends up for whatever reason taking Chico's body away with him.
And a cat.
And a stray cat, yeah. And he kind of reveals himself to the whole group, like, I'm here. I like to bang animals, and so on and so forth. And Marcus, I'm coming for you eventually.
Yeah, and
type thing.
It kind of closes with the gang.
The gang, yeah.
Driving out of Vegas.
But they're not quite as excited as they were when they got there, right? Everybody's more subdued, like, fuck.
But everyone is kind of a little more smarter or wiser or more seasoned.
Seasoned. I was going to say cultured, but it's not cultured.
Well, there's definitely some cultured if you're fucking some pigs. And a little more bonded together now that they have the shared experience of fucking murdering their classmate. But you're now in for the ride that is
Deadly Class. And that sets the stage for what's to come afterwards, which we both know what comes afterwards, so we can't really say. It's good. We can't be like, hey, Coke, hey, Dank, what do you think happened? We have an idea, and it escalates to levels that are
Our real question is how much of this is really gonna make it to the small screen. So we're super excited.
Yeah, because like I said, we've only watched 1 or 2 episodes, so we've seen so far there is dialogue and exact panels and scenes taken from the book into the show, which is great.
Right.
They've twisted some things around, like the homeless thing.
Right.
There is no second homeless man. It's just Rory.
Okay.
And Rory is a bad dude. So when they kill him, it's like Marcus doesn't get punished for it; he gets praised for it. So there's little things like that.
Little twist
that,
and we'll see how that pays off a little later.
Yeah, we'll see how that makes sense.
Also, the casting of Benedict Wong, who
great.
I don't mind as
you don't mind. I think it's great.
Looking at Master Lin from this book,
yeah, absolutely.
You should have got Mr. Miyagi, really.
Yeah, it should have been way older, more decrepit. He's actually
tinier, but I'm not mad at him.
Benedict Wong the TV version of Master Lin is way nicer than the one in the book.
Yeah,
the
well,
one in the book
I think
is,
everyone across the board is way nicer.
You're right. Yeah, I think, and they did it on purpose. I think
Yeah.
to make them more personable, because you can't see their internal thoughts
Right.
in the show.
But going back to the book, my initial thoughts of the artwork, which what I didn't like, is what I fucking love more than even the writing. It's the artwork that kind of keeps me fucking flipping pages because you want to see how the action kind of pans
the
out.
action is great in this
And
book.
the choices that they make to show me the action. Anytime it's graphic, it's done in such, I can't say beautiful, but it's such a framed way, a better way of saying framed, the way that they know what to isolate and when to isolate it and how to like lengthen it or shorten it so I can catch a breath between what I'm reading and seeing is so visually pleasing that it's why I own 6 of these.
How many you got? Them? You got
I have
6
6
volumes.
Yeah, 7's about to drop.
So I have individual issues up till 21. I think if you have 6 issues, you're in the 30s now, right?
Probably.
Somewhere around there. There's about 5 or 6 issues per book. Yeah. So and the art. It's Wes Craig and Rick Remender the whole way through. I don't think they ever change artists.
Right.
So
that would be the detriment to the.
Yeah, I don't think they ever do. Like there's.
Maybe the dialogue's not as strong. There's plot points and things that make sense. If I had to give this thing a weak note, and
what is there anything you didn't like about it?
I would say the story's kind of thin.
Right.
I like individual characters and what they've done with those characters, but just to say it's a school for assassins, and in certain points they just seem to keep inventing different reasons for these kids to be at the school.
Yeah.
It doesn't always seem like they knew where they were going, which is fine because
it's figuring things out, right?
At a certain point, you just care about the character. It doesn't really matter. Like, case in point, Saya gets her own type of, I guess, arc, her own volume, and it doesn't seem like they knew what they were doing.
Oh, really? So I haven't got that far.
Previously, I don't mind where they're going with her because by the time I got to that, I already love her.
Yeah. But you're going outside this volume. You're going.
Sorry. Again, we have the foresight. I've been reading ahead.
Yeah, that's
in terms of this book. This is really Marcus focused, and it's great for Marcus. Maybe the interactions are a little shallow, unless they're with specific characters. But this is me looking for faults to find because we have to find something not to like. We can't love everything.
No, and I did the same thing. I dug a bit. So there's 2 things I didn't like about it. One was all the shit like they kill cops real easy in this.
Yeah,
that's like
there doesn't seem to be any type of law
Saya kills one, and
yeah.
there's like a throwaway line like, "Oh yeah, she's in the hole for killing the cop."
Yeah.
Chico kills 3. So it seems like, I don't know, it seems like there's no real fear. That's kind of...
They're above the law. The law doesn't really have a real attachment to
minor gripe, but that's a little weird.
Yeah.
And the other thing I didn't really like is when Fuckface shows up at the ending there.
Right.
And takes Chico's body. His whole monologue is like... overdone. It's like nobody's gonna like. Oh yeah, all he does is brag about fucking animals. I'm like, hey, bro, like
that's a big thing to brag about. Though.
But just like, and then he dishes
fucking
out
the blue ribbons.
Like you wouldn't come in and just like I get it's for the reader's benefit,
right?
But it seems a little unbelievable. Like I'm saying unbelievable to a book about a high school of assassins, but you know what I'm saying. He just shows up as like, I'm this guy, and I'm taking this body, and I'm pounding animals and. You're in trouble.
No, I agree, especially for a world where you're building and slowly peeling back layers of
what
this
it just seemed
is.
very.
This is a dude that you just gave all the exposition.
It was very abrupt,
and he kind of sticks out on that.
I would have rather him stay in the shadows for a little while longer,
which he was doing for most of these issues.
Yeah, or Marcus gets a glimpse of him and then tells somebody else about him, like, oh, this guy does this. So that was a little bit, but other than that. The book's fucking wonderful.
I thought you were going to say the teen drama. There's a little bit of the soap opera-ness.
There is some melodrama.
I'm in my emotions.
Yeah, there's some melodrama, but
that's high school.
I knew that going in. I'm like, it's a high school. It's not so I knew that going in there'd be some melodrama, and there is. And Marcus is a dramatic dude.
Just add killing to all of that, and then it kind of balances out.
Yeah, a lot of killing and a lot of action. The action's fucking great in this.
Even when it's horizontal action.
Yeah. So here it is. Where would this translate well to TV? So far, it has.
It has. So yes.
Where does it go? We know where it goes from here, and it goes to some fucking cool places.
Different and more expansive places.
So we're giving it a boom or bah.
I give it a
boom
and a
boom
and another
boom.
So that's Deadly Class, boys and girls.
And those 2 subscribers, thank you for subscribing.
The rest of you, we know
Subscribe.
you don't.
Well, just subscribe.
Just subscribe, even though, we know you don't care. In this segment, we rank the top 9 for any given topic of the day.
Power wreckingS.
That's right. Today is the top 9 most hilarious lanterns.
It's got to be funny.
Yeah, they gotta be ridiculous.
Well, those Chinese lanterns are pretty funny looking. I laugh at those.
No,
that's
Green
how we're
Lanterns.
doing?
Green Lanterns.
Oh, you didn't say that though.
I didn't say that.
The internet doesn't forget.
I'm saying it now, friend.
I guess.
I'm saying it now.
I'm not your friend, guy.
Not your guy, buddy.
Not your buddy, friend. Don't blame Canada.
Top 9 most hilarious. We're not gonna go into depth with these guys. We're just gonna say it like it is, because the more in depth you go, the more serious they get, or that's the hopes.
I don't know why you had to explain all that. Don't give them more than what they're not gonna know that we're not doing more than what we need to do.
I don't want to sound like a fraud.
Oh, how much? In your top 50 comic book characters, is Green Lantern one of them?
Probably not.
Okay, that's enough background for us doing a Green Lantern segment.
Number 1.
Ours starts with 9. Anyway.
Yeah, number 1. We're starting from the worst.
Yes. I'll never get
9.
it. Puffball.
The Puffball Collective.
He's more than one.
Yeah, this is the worst. The worst Green Lantern. It's a bunch of puffballs.
You don't like that?
Nope. Bunch of cotton balls with the power of the ring.
I don't know why you had to say cotton, but now I'm forced to not like them either. I can't agree with liking cotton balls. It's very skewed in that. Number 2, Leslie.
No, Liesel Pond.
I can't read your writing.
You can't read my writing. Liesel Pond is a virus.
A chest
polio virus.
That's pretty cool though.
It's a super intelligent smallpox. Smallpox virus.
That's not cool. How does he travel? Does he travel as like a host in somebody?
Yeah.
And he's a hero?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he's a member of the Lantern Corps, so...
That's not hard to get.
Are they villains?
It's not hard to get in. Although I don't know who died to leave this guy, to leave a fucking bacteria a ring to be like, you're the chosen one to protect this galaxy. Because that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to die before someone decides that smallpox gets a shot at the title.
Yeah, and
you got the shot.
This is
smallpox.
This is it. Number 3, Rot Lop Fan.
Rot
Lop
Fan.
He's this fucking creature out in like the middle of nowhere, like in the void.
So he likes to fuck.
He's blind. He can't see color. So the fact that him
being a Green Lantern,
there's a bit of
he can see hues though.
Yeah, there's a bit of conflict there.
Shades. Well, he doesn't find anyone from the yellow cord.
No concept of lighter color.
Or light.
No lighter.
So he doesn't even see the glow.
Nope.
What a waste.
So Green Lantern.
What?
So this guy might be first. Actually, he might be the worst Green Lantern.
What Helen Keller lantern died to give this guy a chance? The fuck?
Rot Lop Fan.
He's like, oh, you only have 5 senses. That's good. I only have 3.
Yeah. He's
Make that comparison make more sense, because 5 and 3 doesn't really work out with what I was trying to say.
What were you trying to say?
3 and 4? If he has 5 senses, he should be a lantern.
He doesn't have 5
but
senses.
Helen Keller has like 3 senses, so them dying, so this 4 sense guy could get a shot, makes sense. I don't know if that's what happened. Number 4, Flotospan. Flubber?
No, he's gaseous actually. He's just a thing of gas.
Fart?
Yeah, basically a fart.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, he has no corporeal body.
Okay.
And the ring basically holds him together.
So, is he somebody's gas that died?
Nope.
He just caught a ring?
Yep.
We need to do a list of the backstories of how these motherfuckers got shot.
This is why I said we're not going to get into it.
Yeah,
this is fucking complicated.
Fair enough.
Shit.
But someone out there's like, he has the best origin story ever!
And he might, but we're trying to keep it light here.
We're past that. Number 5.
His name's alone are hilarious. Chassalon.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, he's basically a big diamond with a wig and robotic limbs.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
In this world.
he's a big diamond or crystalline creature that, to make himself feel more important, he got...
How big is he?
He's good size.
Yeah.
About the size of us, I guess. Just a bit rounder.
The size of us for people listening at home.
We are 6'5".
Whoa. Someone's got big dick energy tonight. Or today. What time is it? Is it 666?
That's not the wrong. That's the wrong segment.
Oh, okay. 995.
Oh, yeah, he's got a backstory and shit too. But
I'm pretty sure all of them have a kind of looks like a Manchap.
I just hope someone's
He's got the belt of Manchap.
Machamp, the Pokemon.
Yeah, the Pokemon with the wrestling belt. I like him. He can go.
Number, where we at? 6?
See, you
3,
forgot.
4, 5, 6.
I don't think we're at 6, but we'll go.
6. Lynn Canar.
She looks like a prawn.
Yeah. It's from the
Prawn universe.
like from the deep ocean.
Okay.
Like a planet that's all water.
That makes sense. You need some light down there.
But he can't hold himself together if he leaves the water. Like the pressure.
Oh, it's a dude? That's a dude?
I don't know. It's a thing. It's a it.
Do you think Aquaman had sex with it?
How dare you assume his gender?
Do you think Aquaman had sex with it? Does it have holes to have sex with?
I don't know.
Number 7.
I don't know. Number 7.
Let us know in the comments.
Number 7.
If you know about the holes on...
Bzzzt.
What was his name? Liz Manuel?
Lynn Canar.
Lin Manuela?
Lynn Canar. Bzzzt.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a fly.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah, he's a fly with the power of the ring.
Spelled B-Z-Z-D.
Yeah, bzzzt.
He's not just being an asshole.
No, his name's Bzzzt.
People are listening through
Or would it
earphones.
be bzzzt?
They have their earbuds in their ears.
Would it be Bzzzt or Bzzzt?
It's bzzzt.
Bzzzt.
Yeah.
Bzzzt.
Cut off.
Yeah, he's a fly.
He's the fly.
He's
If you want to be any fly, it's this fly. Zitsy fly.
Number 8 is Mogo.
Momo's a man.
He's the man, but he's fucking hilarious.
He's
The
appeared in
fact-
movies.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Number 9.
He?
Right?
Were you assuming that the planet is a he? Yeah, suck it.
Oh, that was good.
It is.
It appeared in...
If anything, a planet is a she. Because that bitch can ride.
Hey! I was waiting for it. I left it open.
That's what you're thinking?
Yeah, I was letting... But it's basically a planet with the power of the ring. Yeah, I know.
So is the
Cult following and all that shit. But
is the ring that big?
yeah.
Is there a ring the size of a planet?
I guess it expands to
Where's Galactus when you need it? That's a fight. I wanna see.
Galactus versus Mogo.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, that'd be a good
It would.
hero draft, man. Although we don't. It's random, so.
Not really. I mean, yes.
We can
Yeah,
fix
yeah,
it. We
yeah,
can
yeah,
rig
yeah.
it.
No,
We
don't
can
say that.
rig
Don't
it.
say that.
I mean, we can't rig
No,
it.
NBA draft.
We can't rig it.
NBA draft.
Number 9. The lovable Chip.
Chip.
Who's a squirrel.
Yeah.
Now he's got a
ring?
a past,
Yeah.
a history, origin. People actually like him. There's nothing wrong
You
with him.
people, you don't like squirrels?
No, I like squirrels. They're fine.
You just don't like Chip.
I've no problem with Chip. What's hilarious about him, besides the fact that he's a squirrel, is the way he died. He got run over by a truck.
Which makes sense.
Which is fitting.
in continuity.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
the ring get run over too?
Yeah, well, the ring left. And,
Ah, fair
right,
enough.
they jumped to...
Does it go to like a bird now?
I don't know.
Where's Squirrel Girl when you need her? Squirrel Girl versus
She was
Chipped.
beside herself when he passed.
Versus Chipped. Well, different universes. and-
Chip!
This was pathetic.
I'm gonna leave just dead.
No, that's it. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. That's hard.
Six.
Hard. We can't both talk at the
Six.
same time.
666.
Hey!
666.
Guess what time it is?
666.
666.
666.
And we're talking about male pattern baldness.
Yep.
Keep a lookout for that. Because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming with a fury. Good Lord.
Talking about a Hollow Knight tonight. Today.
Are we? Oh.
This morning.
Let me flip the page.
It's a video game. It's called Hollow Knight.
It's a what?
It's a video game.
You want to spell that for the people at home?
A
Yeah.
game.
Again, that's not spelling, but thank you for
It's a
phonetically.
Vidja, G-A-M-E. Vidja game.
Am I going to correct you?
It's
or-
Welsh. I don't know.
Are you? What?
I don't know.
Good gravy.
a good game. Metroid. That's it. Let's call it.
It is a
Buy
good
the
game. It is a good game.
Metroidvania style game, which it's
one of these new platformers that they're now merging with two titles called Super Metroid, Castlevania.
Yeah, they've
a
been around for a long-
Metroidvania.
It's not new. They've been around for a long time. The game itself is new.
I'm new to reviewing games, so this term is new to me.
That's cool.
You've never seen this?
No, I've never seen how you tie your hair up like that. That's pretty cool. Wish I could do that.
You know, we're still recording, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's distracting me.
People can't see that at home.
I was lost in your locks.
They are deep and luscious. 666, and I have 666 of them.
Yeah, Metroidvania game. It takes place in this, this like underground kingdom. You're a bug with a nail that you use for a sword. Okay,
So
and
describe him, because he has a very interesting look. And,
yeah, he's like a little beetle knight thing.
And he reminds me kind of a Jack Skeleton from Nightmare on Elm Street, although very pint-sized.
Yeah, very.
So he's not as lean
And
and
no
stretched
smile,
out.
no smile. He's just
this
eyes with a little horn.
Tiny
head.
little skull with this tiny little cape, and
And
he
a
does
nail. He uses a sword.
packs a huge punch.
Yeah, the combat's fun. When you first see the map initially, the map's massive, but you don't know initially. You kind of unlock the underground routes and worlds through sequences,
Right.
And they all have different colors. They have different background music,
Vibes and characteristics.
Yeah.
This is definitely a game that draws you in. The more you play, the more you get synced in. Essentially, you're falling deeper and deeper, like the character who's traveling through.
And it's deep. It's gonna take you. I put in 20 hours.
Good lord!
Before I beat it, which is insane. I didn't think
My
I'd be
God, man,
Yeah.
you have children.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. They left. Everybody's gone.
But you won and you got a badge.
I didn't. It was 20 hours over like 2 months.
All right.
So take that into consideration. It wasn't 20 hours in like a week.
So you did you did 19 on one day.
And then one like a month later, and that was it. I called it quits. No, it's fucking cool. It's way more in depth than I thought. I thought it was gonna be something quick.
Right.
I was playing it in between big games. I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this one real quick because it got good reviews. Check it out. I got sucked in right away.
So who are the developers? Let's start there.
Team Cherry. So it's a small indie. I don't know why it's nice. It's a small indie group based in Australia.
Very nice.
I don't know if the game was developed there, but
And did they release them themselves, or did they got like another company?
A publisher? I don't know if they got the publisher.
I don't know why you said it like that, but
I don't know why either. I think they just kind of threw it out there.
Like as a beta test.
Yeah, it was published by Team Cherry as well. I just looked it up.
Oh, that's a good page.
But it came out to PC first in 2017, and then a year later it came to consoles because it was so well received.
Right.
It was just a.
Does that happen often in video games that are independently released? Do they get the kind of a soft reboot and then a massive launch to video games?
It happens sometimes, yeah.
But
not
you have to be really good to get that kind of.
Okay. Yeah, because you just you launch them on PC, it goes to Steam or whatever, and then you can try them out and things. Although other games usually get published, and other indie teams may get published by like Sony themselves, so they'll be on the console that way. But no, this game was super impressive. It was very, very high ranked. It's great. It's just it's a lot of fun. It's in depth. It can be intimidating. Because it's so big, and they don't tell you what to do.
Right.
You just kind of show up in this town.
Oh, that's refreshing.
Yeah, there's no hand holding. You just show up in a town. This button is to. You just kind of learn. This button attacks. This button jumps.
Two buttons and directional pad.
You don't really use D-pad, but there's the buttons. You have special moves too.
Okay.
You'll unlock them throughout the game.
So if there's I know you have to use PlayStation controller if you're playing through PlayStation.
Yeah.
But for someone that's like, oh, I started in Nintendo, and then I went to Super Nintendo, then 64, and then obviously, how many buttons am I? Am I like a Super Nintendo where I'm using like 6 buttons and a directional?
You're gonna need something. Probably something modern. Just because there are special moves.
Oh no, I understand what pad you need to use,
Yeah.
but how many buttons am I actually using? Like, because I know for
4 to 6.
Okay.
4
For
to
like
6.
Counter Strike, I need
4 to 6.
37 buttons.
Yeah. No. There's no.
Wait, is that Counter Strike's old game? For like Black Ops 7.
You need 17.
Because you have to get that VR controller, and there's that new.
No, there's a jump. There's an attack.
There's that
like
penis
a special
device
attack.
that they've invented that you have to hook up to it now. Is there any nudity?
No.
I don't want any of this.
It's all cartoony though. I don't think you want the cartoon unless you're into that. Are you into the animated nudity?
Do you want to discuss it on this?
I don't. I don't know. I immediately regret asking you that. I'm like, why? As I was asking, I was like, why am I asking him this?
People want to know.
If you die in the game, you have a chance. You have one chance to go back to the spot that you died.
Okay.
And your ghost is kind of flying around there.
Nice.
You have to beat him. If you beat him, you get all your stuff back.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And
if you die on the way to that ghost, he's gone. You lose all your money.
And if you lose to the ghost,
you lose all your money. I never lost the ghost. I'm assuming you just lose all your stuff. It's like a couple hits and he dies, right?
That's if the makers of the game are listening to this by chance, can you make it that someone else can play as your ghost and then carry on the game, take your game as the ghost for me?
Just fly around the level.
Yeah, so I can just show up to other people's games and take over, because I would enjoy doing that.
Sounds simple enough. Just implement it.
Yeah, do what I want.
Yeah.
And make sure it has that penis attachment that I had to get for Black Ops, because I really enjoyed that.
And 100 more buttons.
I don't like that, but you know.
No, it's good. It's good. Oh, soundtrack's great too. I know we're jumping back and forth, but soundtrack's awesome.
We never do that.
Never ever. We're so streamlined. We're so organized.
It is. It really helps paint the picture, because it's they're using a lot of cool colors. You're going to see a lot of blacks, purples, blues, and then they use sparingly colors for different levels.
Yeah, there's one level that's like all green,
but it's very much your eye. They want your eye drawn to specific points on the map and where your character is going, and the music, funny enough, helps build to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Aesthetic.
There's lots of lore if you care to like. I didn't really look into all that, but there's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of. Oh, it's just me. I was just like so into the game. I was like, I just want to play. I don't want to read.
You mean about people? You're you, and I'm me.
Bosses are tough. Whoa. Bosses are tough, so that's fun. Like, it's challenging. It's not an easy game. It's a challenging game. Don't think
20
it's
hours.
Gonna be easy. It took me 20 hours to beat, and there's like multiple endings.
And
too,
you're a gamer.
So, yeah, I guess so.
Nobody knows if you're not a gamer.
No, I'm a gamer. I'm not hard. I'm not.
I know it said hardcore. You're a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
Of the two of us on this couch.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Although that Black Ops 7 with the penis joystick.
See, you're going all in.
That's my jam.
Anyways, keep sticks on Hollow Knight. Check it out, whether you got a console or not. Just if you like a challenge and Metrovania, and your hair tied up, and stuffed little bugs. And,
if they pick up my weed, oh
like
Lord.
This segment is called Heroes from a Hat, where we pick two random heroes from this hat and pit them against each other in a fight. All right.
Just keep my shot.
I'm gonna take first this time.
That's a new.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
Not looking. So the you
now
read
we look.
first.
Now we're looking. Moonstone.
You're a Medusa.
Okay. You're cooked, man.
What are we doing? A shampoo commercial? I win.
No, you're not doing a shampoo commercial. If we were doing a shampoo commercial, you'd win.
Are we doing Rapunzel, let down and go to hair? I win.
No, I'm just gonna blow you away.
What do I have? I just have long hair.
You just have long hair.
That does power things. Like I can control the momentum of my hair.
Yeah.
So I'll wrap you up.
No, I'll just pull your hair up.
Well, don't do that. That's mean.
I'll just blow you away.
That's mean.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Okay. Listen.
Listen, man.
Just straight up here, mister. Okay.
Can I call Black Bolt to help?
No, you can't call Black Bolt to help.
Can I call Lockjaw to help?
No, you can't call. No, you can't call anybody. You're by yourself.
Are we in space? You can't breathe in space.
Listen, man. If you call Lockjaw, I'm calling the Dark Event. So.
All of them?
Yeah.
You got it's just one dog. You can't be the dog.
Listen, man.
You the dog?
I'm like the evil Ms. Marvel. So. You're done. Moonstone.
Let my hair live on forever.